Hey, welcome everybody. I'm so glad that you're on this journey with us as we kind of explore what the Bible is. And so we're going to be doing this to help you take these next steps towards really getting into the scriptures for yourself. And so let me start just with an introduction, man. What is the Bible? So the Bible, this book, is a library of books divided into two testaments, the Old and the New. Together they form one story about Jesus Christ. The word holy means sacred or other, and Bible is from the Greek word biblia, which means books. And so this is a holy set of books. You know, the Bible is the most and best-selling book of all time. Over 400 million copies are distributed each year. It's translated into 2,500 different languages, written over a 1,500-year span, that's 40 generations, by more than 40 authors from every walk of life. And so when you read the Bible, it's written by shepherds and soldiers and poets and monarchs and statesmen and philosophers and fishermen and tent makers. Like, the book is just so fantastically beautiful and yet complex. The Bible and the writers were written in every place you can imagine. They're written in the wilderness. The Bible was written in palaces, in dungeons, on hillsides, in prison, and in exile. Geographically, the Bible was written in Asia, Africa, and Europe in 3 different languages: Hebrew, Aramaic, and Greek. You can see just the complexity of how this whole thing came together. And again, it just tells one story of who Jesus is. The Bible has 1,189 chapters and 31,173 verses. The Old Testament has 39 books. It's divided into historical books like Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, Ezra, Nehemiah, and Esther. You look at the Old Testament, there's wisdom literature like Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, and the Song of Solomon. It is prophecies, major and minor, major ones like Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, and Daniel, and 13 other minor prophets. The New Testament is 27 books. So 39 in the Old Testament, 27 in the New. It's divided into the Gospels: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. These are eyewitness accounts of the life of Jesus, told from different stories and perspectives, combined and compiled in different ways. It has letters, lots of different letters written to ancient churches by different people and leaders in the early church. You have Romans and Corinthians and Galatians and Thessalonians and Timothy's and Titus and Philemon. It goes on and on and on. The Bible contains the story of God's people, Israel, in 2 covenants, Old and New Testament. If you're to kind of trace the scope of the Bible, it can be thought of in 4 movements. The first movement is creation, that the world was created good and God was intimately a part of it. Then fall is the second movement, that something went wrong. In Genesis chapter 3, everything spirals out of control. And the rest of the Bible and the rest of the world and our experience and your experience is tainted and affected by both the goodness of creation and also the fall of humankind. And so at the heart of the Bible is how is God working in the middle of human suffering, evil, disobedience? Then there's redemption. Redemption. So fall, or creation, fall, redemption is the third movement. This is about what God's done to make the world right, to restore dignity to the human, to repair the human soul. That's Jesus. So at the heart of the Bible is about the whole lead up and anticipation of how is God going to make the world right? And that's redemption. And he's still in that idea and in that business today, redeeming all that's been lost because of sin. And then finally, the last movement is consummation, that he will make all things right, that every tear will be wiped from our eye, and that is the age to come. Before I leave you, there's a great quote from a guy, a brilliant scholar, one of the best New Testament scholars of the modern generation. His name is N.T. Wright. He says this: "The Bible, it's a big book full of stories with big characters. They have big ideas and make big mistakes. It's about God and greed and grace, about life, lust, and laughter, and loneliness. It's about birth, beginnings, and betrayal, about siblings, squabbles, and sex, about power and prayer and prison and passion. And that's just Genesis. It's the first book of the Bible. My friends, you, as you embark on this journey, you are holding a very complex, beautiful book that tells about a good God who wants to know and love you. So as you maybe journal and think about this, my question would be, what thoughts, assumptions, or misconceptions do you have of the Bible? Maybe think about that and journal through that. Thanks.